Okay, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. It depends on whenever you meet this video. My name is Sylvester, and I'm glad to be here this evening. This is a moment Nigerian librarians have long waited for, and I'm excited to be your host today. Very quickly, I'm going to be sharing my screen and let's look at the agenda for for today. Let's look at the agenda for today. Today, this is the Locate My Library campaign, or if you want to call it the Locate My Library movement. And just like we mentioned during the launch, the goal of this project is to put all Nigerian libraries on the map. And so, for those of us who belong to Nigerian Library Association groups, you'll notice that we have actually circulated this order of program for today. So the first thing we'll be doing will be after these formalities and we welcome our participants, we'll move over to the overview of this program, and then our volunteer team will share some insights about a particular data that we have based on requests from participants who wanted to know the numbers of libraries who participated in this project. So one of our team members will be presenting that report shortly after now. And immediately she finishes presenting her report, we go straight into the workshop. The workshop is in two parts. We have Emeka Ulor, who will be taking the first part, and then we have Madame Folashade Adepoju, who will be taking the second part. But I would like to inform us that she's unavoidably absent today. So Mrs. Sotonye Orji from Uniport will be presenting her, taking her presentation. So, having said this, I will move on now to the program proper. Please, I would like to advise that if you are just joining us, or if you registered for this project and you have not watched the opening ceremony of this project, because that was the official launch of the Locate My Library campaign. And at that official launch, we treated about four different topics. Those were introductory topics, right? The topics we have today are not going to be the first set of steps towards listing your library on Google. You need to watch that video first of all, and we have made a playlist available where you can actually watch all those previous videos. Dr. Victoria and Dr. Violet Ikolo, she's backstage. She will post the link to the playlist in the chat section so that if you want to watch previous video, you can watch those videos. Now, today, what we have is titled The First Steps Towards Visibility, how you can list your library on Google Maps and also get your library verified. This is the part one of that training, and part two will be happening next week, Tuesday. Part one of this training is being handled, like I said, by Folashade and Emeka Ulo, and part two will be handled by Dr. Ayo Alonge and Miss Favor O'Connor. So if you are just joining, I would like to quickly welcome you and say, please share this video and inform others that we are started already so they can join us. So very quickly, we already talked about what the project is all about and the organizers, as you can see somewhere down here below the screen. And the project, like we all know, all the information about this project is on the official website for this project, which is www.digitallibrarian.com-gm library. So when you go to that web address, you are going to learn everything you need to know about the program. So I'm not going to be spending time talking about that because we already talked about that in the first video before this one, which is the launch of this campaign. So I'm going to be skipping all these so that we'll save time and focus on the business for today. Now that I am through with going through this overview, this is the website on the screen should you want to check it out. I would now like to recognize our guests who are here with us very quickly. So I've introduced myself. My name is Sylvester, and I'm looking at the comment section now, and I'm seeing a lot of a lot of participants. We see Mohammed A. Yusuf participating from Gombe. So all you need to do now is type your name in the comment section and where you are participating from. You are welcome to today's workshop. Type your name and where you are participating from. Let us know your name and where you're watching from, and then we will recognize you briefly. Adamu Kabiru is participating and watching from Niger State. I see all your beautiful comments. We also see Femi. Femi is also participating, though we didn't. She says watching from. Okay, I didn't see where that place you're watching from. Also, we have other people. We have Peace from Abuja. We have Adanu, we have Ifomar, we have Ibrahim. This is just to say welcome, welcome to you. We want to say welcome, welcome to today's program. Our facilitators are all behind the stage. Everybody is here ready for you. So I would like to hand over now. Okay, I see Dr. Ibikunle Gladys from Lagos. I also see Oyedipe Wurola from Ogun State. Thank you for being here. I see BC Ajani. Please, as you're mentioning your name and where you're participating from, also share this video, share with our colleagues from different places. Let them know that we have started. Let them know that the program has started already. And I see someone from Nairobi, Oluwafemi, am I correct? Oh, watching from Nairobi, a staff of the University of Ilorin. That's beautiful. We also have Zena participating from Kano, Karun University. So, so I'm going to be stopping here for now. And while I just put your comments on the screen, so immediately you drop your comments and tell us where you're watching from. It will show in the thread on the screen. So don't fail to let us know where you're watching from. Kola Wale Francis from Bayelsa, thank you for being here. So with this said, I would like to invite my colleague, Madam Temitokwe, to come on board if she's backstage. So she has a report she would like to present. But before she presents that report, I want to let us know that what you see on the screen is our project roadmap. We are through now with phase one of the project, which is the official launch and all the pre-surveys. We have even analyzed that survey. And today, Madam Temitokwe is going to be sharing with us insights from that survey and how it will guide our journey in this project. So today now we are launching, kicking off phase two with workshop one. So check our WhatsApp group. If you are not in that WhatsApp group, please ensure that you join the WhatsApp group. If you register for this program and you are not in the WhatsApp group for registered participants, you are missing so much. That's where all the instructions will be communicated, and we'll also be using your email. So please do well to join the WhatsApp community. Now, I want to invite one of the lead in the volunteer team to join us for the presentation tonight. Good evening, Temitokwe, and how are you? Hello, good evening, Temitokwe. How are you doing? Okay, I see her here. I think maybe it's a network. Temitope, are you there? Oh, okay. If Temitope is not there, I might have to call another member of the team. Olatokpe. Olatokpe is also a member. Dr. Oyedekun. Dr. Oyedekun, good evening, ma.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, ma. We are unable to reach Temitope. It seems she's having a network challenge. She's here right now, but it seems our video and audio is just on standstill. So I would like for you to, since you're a member of that committee, I would like for you to help us present the reports as discussed. So on the screen is the report. Can you go ahead, Ma? You have just 5 minutes, please.
Hello. Will you be sharing the data, the result?
Hello, am I being heard now?
Hello.
Okay, okay.
Okay, Temitope, we can hear you now. We can hear you.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have 5 minutes. Thank
okay, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, we collected a pre-survey data for this program, and then that is what I wanted to give a report on, which I believe it will inform us to some stage as we proceed in this training program. This data set contains series of respondents across the globe from different states, and I'm glad that it contains all the states, although there are some states that are underrepresented, which I will be discussing very critically as we listen to me. There are some libraries that participated in the pre-survey while we are planning for the program, for the training. And we have 320 libraries that participated in the survey, and 250 have at least one participant, while about 70 of them has two participants and above. And that is what we are seeing on the screen. We have Nnamdi Azikiwe Library, Enugu campus, with 11 participants, and some other libraries with 6 to 5 down to 2 participants. Now, with this, it gave us an insight that there are some libraries that have at least one participant to represent them, so that this training can be implemented for their library respectively. However, libraries that have more than one participant, the team will decide who will represent them, who will represent the library, and who will ensure the implementation of the project. Although 2, 3 participants can, join the online section and then acquire the knowledge, develop their skill in this regard. But one participant will be representing the library and giving thoughts, doing the follow-up while the implementation of the project is ongoing. So from there, and here I want you to note, is my library included in this table? If my library is not included, then it means that you did not participate in the survey. And that is the reason why we are making this meeting an open-ended one, so that you can participate while you fill the survey, and the name of your library will be captured, because we don't want a situation whereby some library will miss out in the project, while some will gain visibility at the end of the project. So check out your name. If your name is not there, if the name of your library is not there, rather, ensure you make sure you fill the survey and include the name of your library. Going forward, we look at the different types of library that participated in the survey, and academic library at the highest frequency. Academic library has the highest frequency, while public libraries, school library and national library has a very low representation. So here we are using this medium also to call out to public librarians to participate in this, because it is a golden opportunity that will give you visibility, so that people in the world can know that you are existing in your capacity. So if you know anybody participating or not participating in this program that are from public library, let's do well to reach out to them. Let's reach out to them so that they can also participate and gain visibility at the end of the program. Going forward, we look at libraries that are using social media to advertise their services, the services they are rendering. And to 183 libraries are not even using any of the social media that are existing, either WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, X, and the likes. They are not using social media at all. And that's a significant number to me as a data analyst. So, and I want to assure you that as you engage in this program, we will consider a very important section which will cover the digital library marketing, and that is where we are going to leverage on all those social media platforms to advertise our library services. Another important area that we would need to look at are the services that our libraries are offering. And from the data set, we discovered that most of our library only offer or mostly offer reader services. So we only offer a convenient physical environment. Their books and go to the digital space as expected, even in this session, in this era where everything has gone digital. So we need to look into that, and this training will cover how we should enhance the e-libraries services that our library should offer. Going forward, we look at how do libraries currently promote their services. And then to my surprise, we discovered that physical interaction, words of mouth, are the way our libraries usually promote their services, which will definitely limit the way they will advertise or the services that they are rendering. And then Google listing carries the list. Google listing carries the list, and that's the reason why we are here, to ensure that we also incorporate this great tool so that we can advertise our services. I believe the frequency should be high at the end of this training, as a means of promoting library services. Google listing should be increased. We'll ask the questions on awareness of Google Map profile, and a very significant number were saying, no, I did not, I am, yes, I am aware, but I don't know how to use it. Yes, I am aware, but I don't even know the benefits. And we also further in, if you are aware of Google Map profile, is your library currently listed on Google Map? And a very little library, very small number, says that their library is being listed on Google. And those that are listed, how effective are they? Very minute library says their own, about 2 to 3 libraries says their own Google library listing is effective. That is to say, even out of the minority libraries that are listed on Google, it's just few that are updating, posting the necessary things on that Google map. So we need to take this into consideration as we learn how we will navigate through, how we will be doing it and sustain this, because this, it will give us a global relevance and visibility. There are some challenges that were highlighted as we um involved in this, as we gather questions from our respondents. And the first challenges is, I don't even know the benefit of listing my library on Google Map or Google Business Profile. And this is very key. This program will help us to know the benefit of listing your library in Google Map. We will look at how you can sustain it and ensure that your library gain its visibility. And some library were saying, oh, internet connectivity issue is our own problem. Some are saying, I lack technical knowledge. All this will be covered in this program. And I'm glad to announce to you that larger percentage of participants that are listening to me are willing to engage in this training section. So thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Sylvester, for the opportunity. Thank you for listening.
All right. I don't know. Are there people there to celebrate her? I don't know. I don't know if there are people here to celebrate. Just drop your comments. Appreciate her. She's leading the team. Dr. Oyedokun is here. Dr. Oyedokun, we are saying thank you. I know you worked with Semitope on this, right? Dr. Oyedokun, good evening, ma. Hello, Dr. Oyedokun, are you there? Okay, she's not responding. But then, Temitope, thank you so much. On behalf of the Locate My Library project team, we want to say thank you for the effort you put into this. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll get back to you as time goes on. And please, you didn't. Can you talk about briefly? Can you talk about the attendance and certification and the assessment mechanism that we have put in place? Can you quickly talk about that so that they can understand that?
Yes, for the assessment of this training, we will be having 4 sections. 4 sections for this training. And I will want to use this medium to announce to you that the representative of each library who participated in all those 4 sections and provided evidence, that is the hyperlink for your whole library that you have listed on Google Map, it is only those libraries that will be given a commendation letter that they have participated. And for those individual, there will be a certification for the program that will be issued at the end of the 4th section. And if you are willing to have the certification, we will send out a survey. I will enjoy us to fill and respond and check, yes, I am interested in receiving the certification for this program. And a token will be attached to it. We will communicate the amount if you are interested in receiving the certification for this program. I think I am being cleared. Mr. Sylvester,
Yeah.
have
So
I hit
yeah,
the hammer on the nail?
you have done a very amazing job. So please take note, everyone. Before this meeting end, I'm going to be giving further announcement. But for now, we spent the first 30 minutes in giving us a background, even insight into what we are here today. So once again, I want to say thank you, Temitope. So now we'll take up the program from here. So, like what she was saying, certificates will be distributed during the closing ceremony of this event. Remember, the president of the Nigerian Library Association, the person of Pastor Dr. Dominic Omokaro, he launched this project, and the NLA is backing this project and the implementation and putting of all Nigerian libraries on the map, literally. By the end of this project, the president will be back to identify and recognize outstanding participants of this program, and then we will also certify those who went through the program. So ensure to go through all the workshops. We're going to be having 4 workshops. So make sure you go through all the workshops, and resources, everything you need will be distributed. The videos will be made for free. All right. So just because it will be made open access so that everyone would have access to learning. And for the other resources, we are only trying to see how to fund this project that we are pursuing right now. So that will be all for now. I want to quickly now welcome our lead speaker for today, the person of Mr. Emeka Ulo, who is a lecturer and the moderator for the Google Maps volunteer program. He is a renowned Google local guide in Nigeria, and I want to quickly bring him on board. Hello, good evening, Mr. Emeka. Hello, Emeka, good evening. Oops. Okay. He's here now, but hello, Emeka, if you can hear me, just send a message here. Hello. Just type a message to let me know if you can hear me. I just typed hello. Let me know if you can hear me, or turn on your mic. Okay. I know everyone can hear me, but Emeka, okay, he just stepped out. Hopefully he will come back in again. Also, I have Dr. Sotonye. Dr. Sotonye, good evening, ma'am. Dr. Sotonye, Orji. Wow. She just stepped out. Okay. Okay. So please, let's just give them a little moment. Today's presentation is in 2 parts, 1 and 2. Emeka Ulor and Mrs. Folashade were to take those presentation, but in the absence of Mrs. Folashade, Mrs. Sotonye Orji will be taking her presentation. And yes, so we will now hand over to Emeka. Let's hope that they join us soon. I'm on standby to see them. Okay, please bear with us. This is the network situation in our country, so I believe they will be able to resolve it shortly. But in the meantime, let me see the comment section and see what our participants are saying. Wow, Kelechi says this is a clear analysis. Well done. Good. Thank you for Noah says thank you so much for analysis. Well done to the team. I really appreciate her. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Then this is Dr. Aya Longe saying he's one of the organizers of this event, saying brilliant presentation. Thank you, Doc. And we have Ayuba also saying he hopes this will be a fruitful time. Nyekebi, he says, well and articulated. So thank you so much, everyone. We are hoping to get, okay, Emeka is back here. Emeka, good evening. Hello, Emeka, good evening. Okay. So sorry, everyone. Give us a moment. I believe he's trying to sort out the network challenge issue over there. Emeka, can you hear me? All right. So in the meantime, I think I'll just share his slide. Just sent him a message. Hello, Emeka, are you there? Yes, your mic is on now.
Hello?
Emeka, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, Sylvester. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm having a serious network issue right here.
Oh, oh, oh. So sorry about
Happening.
that.
Well, I'll go on. Hello?
Yes, I'm so sorry about that.
Hello?
So I can hear you. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Wow, it's off again. Okay, let me share his presentation. I may have to stand in for, because this is a live stream and it's a recorded session. We would have to go on with this program. So let me share his screen and we will continue the workshop. So give me a moment. I'll stop sharing this screen and then put up another screen on our faces. Yeah. Okay. So let me share as presentation. Okay. Thank you for your patience, everyone. So I'm going to be taking Emeka's presentation on his behalf before he joins us. So I'm suspecting that you may be seeing my screen now. So let me come to the chat session. If you can see my screen, please just tell me you see my screen. Just say I see your screen. Let's go. Let's go. Let's start off with this presentation today. If you see my screen, let me know that you see my screen, please. Just type in the comment section, say I see your screen. Yes, I see Professor Basil. Thank you for being here. I'm glad to see you. Um, Emeka, are you here now?
Yes, Sylvester, I'm here.
All right, please go ahead. So I think we've spent about 10 minutes trying to make the network to hear from you. So every time you step off, do I have the permission to go through your slides so that the
Yes.
event continues?
Yes, that's fine.
So please just help us to do well to actually take the presentation. We are praying for you and rooting here for you so that your network will be stable. Okay, so over to you. It's your stage.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to be here. So let's talk about how to make our libraries visible online. Um, Next slide, please.
Okay. Yeah, the next slide is up.
Mister?
The next slide is up.
Oh, okay. I'm yet to see it. So probably network.
Learning objectives.
Okay. So The aim of the program is to help us put libraries online so that readers, patrons can access the library and know where to go at each time. Also, it will help them understand what resources, facilities, and programs that libraries can offer people within the area. So, for example, if a library offers a reading club or um, braille for people with disability, some of these information online will help um, will help readers or citizens around that area.
Hello, are you there? Oh my goodness. Hello, Emeka, are you there? Or can we invite Favor? I don't even know if Favor. I know you're live. Please, if you could come backstage, it would be really nice to have you here, Favor. Favor O'Connor, please come backstage. Use the link to come backstage, please. If you're watching live, please come to the studio and let's see how to deliver this. Okay, so I'm going to take up the presentation for now until Emeka comes back on board. So on the learning
Hello.
objectives for today, Emeka, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
It's now I'm hearing you. We were not hearing you. Please go ahead. Okay, so I'll just continue. On the learning objectives for today, we have three learning objectives. So it's assumed that at the end of this webinar today, participants will be able to understand, number one, the role of map listings in increasing visibility for their libraries. We've been talking about that since last year. So you will get to understand it better today. And then secondly, you will be able to learn the step-by-step process of how to do that. This workshop is intended to take you through a demo, a step-by-step process, and then lastly, how you can apply best practices for sustained visibility. That will be handled by Mrs. Otonye Orji. So having said that, let's look at the first part, the first steps to the visibility and listing your library or getting it verified. Now, introduction. I know some librarians are wondering, how does this, because when from the report that Temitope shared with us, one of the very profound findings we realized was that many librarians do not even know the benefits of listing their library on Google. So that formed a very strong rationale for us to actually kick off this project today. And number one benefit of listing your library on Google Map is that it will give your library increased visibility and accessibility. Because, for instance, it's just like having a map before you. A map displays, it shows you places on Earth. It shows you different places, gas stations, hospitals, etc. Okay, so the simple logic is, what if I place my library or I pin my library, just like we see on this map here? What if I can pin my library on Google Map, which is the most popular kind of map that everyone uses in all over the world today? Will that not increase my visibility? That's one of the benefits. Number two, it enhances credibility and public trust. Now, for instance, if I'm going to traveling somewhere, and I'm looking for hotels, I prefer searching for hotels on Google Maps because I feel to an extent that some of these hotels who take our time to even be listed, and those hotels that have good reviews on Google Map tend to win my judgment, because when I see the reviews people leave on their what's it called, on their listing, I tend to want to patronize their services. So that's one benefit. People will trust your library more when you list it on Google. Number three, the benefit is there will be improved engagement. For those of us who are saying people don't use our library, there's low patronage in our library. When with visibility comes accessibility, okay? Once you are visible, if people don't know what you are doing cannot grow. And if what you are doing is not growing, then it means that as a library or as a librarian, you will soon be out of business, right? So hence the need to consider listing your library on Google Map. Then number four is, with these facilities and with these features that Google Maps offers, you will be able to have insights for better decision making compared to the way we actually just take decisions sometimes in few libraries across Nigeria. Then I want to quickly recognize the presence of Favor. Favor, good evening and welcome. Good evening. How are you, Favor? Okay. Favor will be anchoring this session with me, so let's hope that she's stable. Immediately you can speak, Favor. Just speak, and then I'll know you are here, and then you take over from me. So now we are looking at the key features that librarians should know. Now that we're about to start this project, I want us to know that there are some things we used to think as librarians that are not exactly true. Number one, you must not be a tech expert to be able to list your library on Google. Just yesterday, I was even speaking with a member of our team who felt he didn't know that this project would not require those big infrastructures and all that, because he was saying these projects we're about to implement, how can we get the resources to implement the project in libraries? How can libraries in their various locations get the manpower, the resources to implement this idea in their libraries? So I demystified the concept for that member of our team, letting him know that you must not be a tech expert before you can actually list your library on Google. That's number one. That's the one misconception. Then another misconception is some people say that a library needs extensive infrastructures before they can be listed. No, you don't need extensive infrastructures before you'll be able to list your library on Google Map. And then three, map listings are only for businesses. I know some of us have heard about the term Google My Business or Google Business Listings. Now, because of the term business there, that does not mean we cannot list libraries. That business can represent an institution. That business can represent an organization. That business could represent a religious body, okay? So that's what this is actually all about. And then other misconceptions is that some people are saying once you have listed on Google Maps, there's nothing else you need to do. No, that is so not true. And lastly, libraries automatically appear on Google Maps, because I know some of us will be wondering, you say my library is already on Google Map. No, your library did not just appear there. Somebody actually listed your library there, and if that person is not a library staff, it may not be to your own advantage. Some people who we call local guides, they do this just to enhance visibility and accessibility to places, okay? So if somebody has done this as a library staff of a particular library and you see your library, the best thing you should do is to think of how to claim access of that particular listing on Google Map. Next is adding your library to Google Map. Number one, okay, Emeka is here. I think he will, let's see. Emeka, are you here now? Hello, Emeka, can you hear me? Favor, I'd like you to come back, because the technical part of this, it would be nice for you people to handle this technical part. Also, Mrs. Orji, if you can handle the technical part, I would like to also hand over to you to handle the technical part. Okay, I'm waiting for Emeka and Favor. So let me continue with explaining the first steps. Remember, this is a step-by-step class. So adding your library to the map, the first thing you need to do is go to Google Maps. You can use your mobile device and you will type, you will look for the Maps app and you search for the Maps app. You search for the name of your library, just like the way you go into Google Maps and you search for a place you are going to. That's how you search for the name of your library to see if your library is already listed there. So how to check if the library is already listed, and then if you find that your library is already listed there, there will be no need to relist your library, okay? Because what you should be doing is thinking of how to claim back your library. Those are the things, options that you should actually be considering. Now, how do you add a new listing if you actually go to Google Map and you find out that your library is not listed there? For instance, during the survey, we noticed that many libraries says their libraries are not listed on Google. I want to believe that you actually tried to search and you did not find your library. Emeka, are you back? I see you here now. Hello.
For him.
Dr. Sultan here.
I can stand in for him.
Emeka, are you here? Okay, Ma, please, can you continue from here, please? Thank you.
Oh, my network is also...
Our time is running fast. Yeah. Ma'am, you can go ahead. Okay. Wow. Emeka, please, can you take it up from here? Woo. Everyone, dear viewers and participants, I want to really apologize for this. I'm so sorry. Emeka, are you there? Wow. Okay. Mr. Tony, are you there? I can hear you loud and clear.
I'm here.
Can you take it up from here?
Okay, yes. I said if you share the slides, I can take them through it.
The slide is shared. I believe can you see it on the screen? Just
adding a new listing is what I can see.
Exactly, that's where I start. Okay, or what do you want me to do? Do you want to do a demo? Do you want us to do a demonstration?
I think when we look at the slides, then I'll have to go through to a demonstration. Is that not how we're supposed to do it?
Yes, that's how. So maybe you can speak closer to your microphone. It seems you're far away from your, so we can hear you louder. So you can go ahead now.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay, so hold on before you put me live.
You are live already. You are live already.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Go ahead.
I'm standing in for Emeka due to network issues. And we are trying to list our libraries in Google. I think this is a practical section. So I'll go right away to try to see if I'll go to Google and see how it is done. I don't know if you're able to see my Google My Business. Oh, shit. Sorry.
It seems you want to share your screen, Ma. Do you want to do that?
Yes, I want to share my screen.
Okay, you haven't clicked on share screen from the app, from the streaming platform. Emeka,
Hello, Sylvester.
Okay, it's
Please,
here now.
can you describe quickly how to claim a business listing?
Okay, so firstly, if you don't find your library or point of interest on the map, so the first thing to do, you search, make sure you search very well. If you don't find it, what you need to do is go onto the maps, on the map icon on your phone. When it's open, you see options at the bottom of the map: explore, you, contribute, and business. Just click on the contribute button. When you click on contribute, you will see options on the top corner with your name and profile. You can say add a place. That will be the first option. So when you click on add a place, it will take you to where you give details of the library or the place you want to add. So what you see there is place details. You provide some information about this place, which is the library. First of all, they will ask you of the name. You have to make sure that the name you're typing is the name that is exactly on the signpost or whatever that is advertised. For example, if it's National Library of Nigeria, you make sure it's National Library of Nigeria. Then you go to category. So libraries have categories. I believe we are aware of that. So it depends. Some libraries are specific. They could be children's library, could be film and photograph library, law library, national library, public library. So there are options there. You take the best option. After selecting category, you move to address. So this is very important. You have to put the address of the location. Sometimes the address can have a number this, plot this. Just type the number firstly. But there's something we need to understand. If you add the address and it doesn't synchronize with Google Maps, it will take that listing to a wrong location. So most times what we advise is go to edit map location just below it. When you tap on it, you move the button, the pin, the red pin on Google Maps to that exact location, possibly where you are. So that will be the correct address. Don't mind whatever is going to write as a text for the address. You can amend that later. But the aim is that the location must be 99.9% accurate, which means you need to be inside the library or close to it to add that place. Then sometimes we have libraries that are within a bigger point of interest or location. For example, you can have a library in University of Lagos. So you can see University of Lagos is, if it's already on the map, it's going to be bigger than the library, right? So you can just say there's below the address you see located within. You can now state that the library is located within University of Lagos, University of Ibadan, Federal University of this, or National Library or National Art Theatre, any library, anywhere it is. But you must be sure that it has a bigger complex before you use the located within box. But if it's not located within anywhere and it's just independent, there's no need to put located in. You just move to the next one, which is add more details. Now, this is where Google will use the information you're giving to verify this listing. So if there is an official phone number for this library, you insert the official phone number. Please do not insert your private phone numbers, except maybe the organization has approved that you use your number. So if you do add your private number, that means people might keep calling you. It will be a bug, or When you leave that particular location, changing it will be a problem. So this is important. Add the official phone number. Then add the hours this place opens, the library. If it's 9 to 10, from Monday to Friday, you add it. If they open on Saturdays from 10 to 4, you can also do that. Then if there is a website for the organization, the library, just copy the link and paste where you have that option. But if you don't have a functional website, for example, you can copy the link to your social media and still add it, as long as the social media handle is active. They just want to see if it's being updated regularly, officially. So you can add that. Then importantly, you need to add at least 3 or 4 photos. One, the photo that is displaying the name of this building, the library, the way it is. Like I said earlier, try to take a snapshot in front or go to the signboard and take a photograph. Take the photograph of the entrance, then you can go inside and take the photograph of 1 or 2 shelves. It's okay. You can add them here now. At the end of the day, you see that the submit button will be highlighted. There will be 2 buttons at the bottom, cancel and submit. When it's
Um,
highlighted, yes. Can you hear
Sorry,
me?
somebody's asking a question. Does it mean that one has to be in the library before you can add the location?
So if you're not good with moving the pins on maps, I would say yes, you have to be at the library. But if you're good enough to understand this location, even without you going there, then it's okay, because it's tricky. Now, look at the step-by-step guide on our screen. If you look at major type, you see normal and um, satellite, right?
Mm.
When you click on the satellite, it will show you the exact way these things are from above. So if you can identify the building from your home, then it's okay. You can place the pin on top of the building. But if you can't,
Okay, I think we lost Emeka again. Emeka, are you there? Okay, we lost Emeka, but let me show us what Emeka was talking about. Um, I hope everyone can see my screen. If you see my screen here, there's there are different views you can put your map in. Okay, Mrs. Sotenyes, I hope I'm correct. This is what Emeka was trying to talk about, right? This view.
Yes, yes, you can also see the satellite image of your library. And just as he
Exactly.
said, it is advised if you are inside your library, it is much, much easier for you to be able to get the coordinates of your library. But if you're not
Exactly.
in your library, then just as he has explained, you can move the coordinates and pinpoint exactly where your library is.
Exactly. Exactly. So these are very important things. Please, I would like us to, when we are about to list our libraries, please don't rush it. Mrs. Otonye is part of the team on training and ICT for the LML project. She is going to be ready to provide support for anybody. We are going to be making ourselves available for particular hours within a week. So, and to be providing support from now till the end of the project. The project ends in October. So for libraries who want us to come physically to organize a training, to empower their team to actually list their library and also optimize the listing, we will also do that. But in the meantime, please don't rush it. Any part you get to and you don't understand it, always reach out to somebody that can assist you so that you don't mess it, you don't mess the whole process all up. So I'm going to check if there are other questions. Somebody said, Another question here says, Emeka is back, so let me just take this question. Emeka, if you are back, you can continue, but in the meantime, I'll take this question. The question says, on clicking on add place, mine says unsupported region. Emeka, did you get that?
Yes, I got that. So probably that place is located in a rural area or where Google hasn't um, probably local guides or map activities. So it happens. So if the person could tell me where the location is, I'll need to verify that if it's urban or rural. So yes, it
So,
does happen.
Atinuke, please tell us where your location is and why, so that we can know why you are having that challenge. If we can't resolve it now, let us meet in our WhatsApp community. That's where we will attend to all personal issues. So, Emeka, please continue. You were talking about
Okay,
submitting,
so
submitting.
where are we? I don't know if you can hear me.
You were talking about submitting your listing.
Can you hear me, Sylvester?
Did you? Yes, I can hear you. You were talking about submitting a listing.
Okay, fine. So when you insert all this information, you can now submit your listing to Google. So one thing I know that about local guys that are very active, it could take you a minute, it could take you an hour, and they approve that point, that location. But sometimes it could take weeks, months, and even a year or even a longer period of time. But you don't need to despair. So what it means is that they're trying to verify that information.
Exactly.
But if you do exactly what I've asked you to do with the photos, all those information, is not going to take long and is approved. But if it takes long, we can get 2 or 3 of your colleagues to do the same thing all over again. So when they see 2, 3, 4 people listing the same place with the same information, they they are kind of doing a peer review. They probably say, "Oh, this exists," and the first person that sends in the submission probably will get it listed, and you get an email feedback.
Wow, amazing. So I
Now,
have a question for you on that. For saying
yeah,
for that, can I ask my question?
yes, go ahead.
Now, so do you think it's okay for multiple staff in a library to be doing the listing process, or one person should go ahead with that?
For a particular location, it's good for one person to go ahead with it.
Okay. And what if they are not getting feedback from Google on the verification? Can another person try?
No, they are going to get a feedback. So the feedback could be positive or negative. So
Okay.
if it's positive, it gets approved, and the message will be your location is now live. If it doesn't get approved, it will say, oh, we are still verified or not approved. So what that
Oh,
person can do is to go back, um, resubmit, do photos, do photo of the name of the place, very important, and
yeah,
probably add a website official phone number. It
yeah.
will get verified. But if it doesn't, still give it time. Another person can now try, maybe weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
because network was disturbing, pardon me, I'm just going to be asking key questions that we guide our librarians across Nigeria. There's a part we did not hear your take. When
Okay.
we do that preliminary search, in librarianship we call it bibliographic searching. The process before you catalog, you have to search
Yeah.
for materials that are already available in the library. So in this case, when we search and we find that our library is already listed, but we don't know who is managing it, how do we claim such listing?
Okay. So if you search and find that your library is listed, there's no need to panic. The only time you panic is that it shows that somebody has claimed it, right? That's where there could be a problem. So what do? If it's not claimed yet, what you can do is just go through the information. Is the name of the library correct? Sometimes some people might just add it as a library, but it is your location. So now, as experts, you now edit it and put the proper name. You know, you might not have photos or you might have old photos, but you put current information. Then thirdly, you if you are permitted to claim it for your organization. So it's important because these are organizations, right? It's important you get permission to claim so that when you're leaving, you can hand it over properly. So that's what I advise people to do. So you can now click on claim this point of interest or claim the library. It will request you, it could be your
Yeah.
employment, what's it called?
Staff ID card and
Your
all
ID.
that.
ID.
Yeah. So Emeka's responses to that question were correct. So I think now we want to go and look at what the next steps are. So the next steps, Emeka, are you still there? Okay. Emeka is not here due to network. So
Yeah, so did you hear me?
yes, I heard you. So you were talking about what happens next.
So what happened next is when you click on claim it, they might request one or two identification from you or letter of permission from your library so that they can verify and allow you to now manage the location.
Okay. All right. So Dr. Sotonye, can you take this from here? Emeka, are you there?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
here.
Please, we really want you to talk about the verification process, and that's the next slide, so that Mrs. Sotonye can take over the verification process and addressing common issues. So I don't know if you can treat that quickly.
Okay, so quickly, let me say something about verification. Verification can be complicated for organizations. If it's a personal business, they might ask the personal business to bring registration of the business to show that you're the CEO, to show that you're that. But for organizations like this, they can request for anything. It could be a letter from the library to show that they've asked you to claim this place. So that when they want to verify, they will now send you either a card to you, they might call you on phone or send you an email. So they have options they can pick from. So it depends on how they want to verify, but they will need to inform you and tell you what they want. So all you need to do is follow the steps. If it's video call, if it's a phone call, email, or another kind of government approved documentation, you just need to provide it and wait patiently. The verification could take time. It could be fast, it could take time, but just be patient. They don't rush in verifying because they don't want strangers to take over um, public pages, so that due to fraud and other issues. So sometimes we need to be very patient. If
Okay.
you are trying to verify and have issues, you can even, if you're a local guide, you can go straight to the Googlers and say, oh, this, that. They could suggest ways you can help verify quickly. Thank you.
All right, please let me just share some participants are asking questions. We'll just take those questions quickly. What if my library, this is Anthony Kenneth, what if my library does not have a signpost or the name of the library is not written anywhere? Can I snap only the inside? With this help my verification?
That would be difficult. So, Sylvester, you agree with me if a library does not have a signboard, it's a problem. You need
Yes.
to have a signboard, whether painted, whether on the wall, it needs to have that outside. So if it doesn't, they should make effort to do that to make it available. It will firsten the approval. That's a secret I want to share with everybody.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so let me see if there's any other question here. Somebody's asking, okay, Cyril EJ, a librarian, is saying, what if my library doesn't have a website? Can I use the institution's official website?
So that means the library is within the institution or school, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, you can use the institution's official website. Is okay, but like we're saying, what will help you verify quickly is for you to take photograph of the name of the place. It could be like photo library or library within a university. If they just see that information with your school website, of course, it will go through.
Okay. Okay. My that's Atinuke says her library is located in Lagos, but she's presently in a school at Babcock campus. So that's the person that said our region was not supported. So maybe we'll have to attend to this person after now to know why the library says not supported. Then another person here, pardon me, we're doing it this way because it may be more effective attending to these pain points, attending to these
Yes.
questions may be more effective. So if your library is already on Google Map, but the information about the library are not correct, how do you edit the information on Google Map? This is a very good question from this person is Khadija from Kenya. So how do you respond to this question, please?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So two ways to update information on that map. If your organization has not claimed the library yet, one way you can update information is for the person to do a review on the library, a personal review. So
Mm,
in that personal review, you can outline all the features, provisions, services of the library. Then you take current photographs of the place, enough photographs, front
okay.
view, back view, different sections, different facilities, but not human beings, just features and services, and put it there. That will be the most up-to-date review there. But if you finally claim it, you can now edit what you have on the photograph and information back end.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful response. So, Khadija, I hope that will work for you. Giving reviews on that listing will help for you to update the record there. Then somebody else. Let's see if there's another question. Some, Somebody saying if the name of the parent institution is listed, why the library itself is not listed, wouldn't that be a challenge to get the library listed? Would that be a challenge? I don't think so.
So when they say institution, I want to understand, is it a
Let's say the
university
university,
or
by
something?
institution, they are saying the parent institution, they are saying the university. They say if the university is listed and the library itself is not listed, they are asking if that would be a challenge.
Okay, so there's a difference. There's no challenge there. Firstly,
So,
this is Federal University of Akure, very big, so many buildings, so many faculties. In fact,
exactly.
you can put up all the faculties on the map.
Mm,
The only thing, the names will be different. Faculty of Arts,
Yes.
library, hostel, blah blah blah. Correct information.
Yeah.
But what we're saying is that where you have each of these, make sure you snap photograph and get details that will enable you verify them quickly. With it, Google knows that institutions have different departments. So library is one of the things they will even be happy to put up. So it won't be a challenge.
Okay. Now, somebody is saying it seems we will need to get those verification documents from our university librarian. Now, I can tell you for free, some of those documents you would need, um, um, they are not really very strong documents. If you ask me, Emeka, I'm thinking that if you have the Ascension register of your library, that is a list that has the list of all books in your library. Emeka, I hope that serves as one of the important documents to show as proof that you own a listing, right?
Okay, so I'm not going to say anything is uh, a particular requirement. So they could
Okay.
use their discretion, right? So, for
Yes.
example, I want to be sure that the librarian has somebody that handles maybe ICT or something. So they could
Yes.
say, oh, this guy's ID card is ICT library. They could say, oh, show us this or show
Exactly.
us this. So
Yeah,
it depends on their discretion. They will tell you what they actually want for verification.
that's true. That's true. Then I'm glad we are getting these questions. This is what the training is all about. It's because immediately after now, from tomorrow, we want to be receiving calls, messages in our WhatsApp group, asking questions. There, network will not disturb us. We will be responding to those issues. And I want to make a promise here and now that we are going to be listing a library from scratch. We will record a video of listing a particular library from scratch. We will show you the verification process. I'm going to work with Favor and Emeka on this. We will show you the verification process, how Google will send the verification email and all that till the end, and we will share that video with everybody. I hope we like that idea so that you can watch step by step and not just this question and answer session we are doing now. Emeka, I hope that that will solve many of these problems we are having with internet.
Yes, I'm positive that will help a lot.
Exactly. So let's look at some other questions. It says, Monday Akai says, in a situation where a university
Yes,
has
I
two
think I
campuses,
think that will be helpful.
you've seen the question,
I think
right?
that I think that will be helpful.
Okay, great. Now, in a situation where a university has two campuses, what steps should we undertake? Now, let me break down this person's question for you. Two campuses having different libraries. I think that's what this person is just saying. Should they have one library or two different libraries? It's a simple question, though.
So look at my answer. Are these places on the same location?
No, they are not on the same location.
Fine. So if they are not on the same location, you have the right to add two, three libraries of a campus. Again, I will say this: the front picture and information or signboard is important. If the campus is in a different area and the name of the university shows social campus, the other one should show social campus too. So library on this campus, library on this campus, is it will be approved. What you just need to do is take photograph and the location. They will see that the locations are different, and of course the campuses are different. They will approve it. Even in the US, some universities have various campuses, various libraries, various almost double of structures and facilities. It gets approved. It's just how to you need to differentiate them. The nomenclature.
All right, thank you very much. So, Cyril is asking a question that has already been answered. If the institution is already listed, will it affect the library listing? No, it will not affect the library listing. Adesoji says, I had some challenges I had some challenges listing while trying to list the buildings in my street, but all failed. What have I done wrong? Emeka, based on your experience, you may know how to advise this person. What has this person done wrong?
So, what kind of building is he listing? Are you listing a private house? Are you listing a place that does not have front view signpost? Are you sure you're listing the correct building? Now, if you have done all this and you still failed, you need to recheck because something is wrong. So, if the building is a restaurant, a hotel, you have to put the correct name, put the correct label, take photo of the place, front photo, and make sure that the pin is at the exact place. So if you do that, you shouldn't fail. But if you continue failing, it could also mean that they don't trust your listing because probably maybe you are not active on the map or
Mm.
you have done something that is not within the rules and regulation. They might not list them. So
Okay,
probably
Dr. Sotoye, I want you to take over from here. There's a question from a librarian here that says, what if your library is not connected to internet access? What should this person do? Your mic is mute. We can't hear you, ma. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, ma. Yes, now we can hear
Can you
you.
hear
Please
me?
start. Yes, repeat it.
Okay, I was saying that your library do not need an internet access to be listed on Google Maps. It is you that is going to take ownership of that listing that needs to have an internet access. So you are using your internet access to list your library on Google. So irrespective of the internet situation in your library can still be listed on Google Maps. You need internet access to be able to do the listing, but your library do not need to have an internet access. But you that is listing that library need an internet access to be able to list that library. I can also see a question. Please, can you drop the exact link that leads to the Google business where you start this journey? Okay, if you just go to Google and say Google my business, I think it's business slash / google.com. You'll be able to see the starting point of listing your libraries. You need to sign into a Gmail account. You need to have a Gmail account to be able to list your library. So when you have a Gmail account, you'll be asked to sign into the account. When you sign into the account, then you'll be able to list.
Okay. Emeka, so Emeka, are you there?
yes, yes, I am.
All right. Another question. If the name of the parent institution is listed while the library itself is not, wouldn't that be a challenge to get the library? All these are questions we have already answered, Madam Chioma. This will not be a problem for you. Don't worry at all. Okay. So I'm really glad that we are getting all these questions. Femi Fajon Yomi says, seems we will need to get those verification documents for our libraries. Okay, we've taken all these questions before. Please, what do you mean by not being active? I'm not sure who said that. Do you understand that, Emeka?
Yes, I said the buildings that failed could also mean that the person has not been actively adding information on Google Maps. So they might want to be sure before approving. So I said it could be an option for failure. So, for example, if you're a local guide and you're on level 5, 6, 7, you see that there is a possibility that if you add something on the map, it will be approved because they understand that you've passed the basics. But if you're on level 1 to probably 3, there's a tendency that approval will be, the rate will be low. So that's what I mean by active. Sylvester, I can't hear you.
One of our librarians is advising, saying, I will also advise we use official email address. That will also be helpful during verification. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. Now, please take note. Once we all start doing this in our various libraries, make sure you keep track. Okay, make sure you keep us posted. Let us know the progress you are making. From our next attendance and survey, we will want to be getting the names of libraries and librarians that have listed their library successfully and the progress. So we will create a separate form for that, and that we will use to track libraries that have listed, so that we can know at the end of the day those projects that are successful. So with this, I want to now hand over to Dr. Sotonye. We have 30 more minutes before this program closes, so that she can continue her presentation. But before we ask Emeka to hand over, I want to check Emeka's slide.
Thank you, Sylvester. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Emeka, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are there any final thoughts or comments you may want to share? Or will you be able to do a demo or something? Because I would like to do a demonstration here. Since my network is stable, I would like to do a practical. Maybe you can be guiding me on that, so that if there's an option. But we will have to allow Mrs. Orji to take her own part of the presentation first.
Okay, that's fine then.
All right. So, Mrs. Orji, please, you can now present optimizing library listings for better visibility on behalf of Mrs. Folashade. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Now we have learned how to put our libraries on the map. We have registered our presence on the map using Google. What are we going to do next? What are the benefits for listing those libraries on the net? So those are the few things we are going to be looking at now. How do we enhance our library's map presence? How are we going to Sylvester, please, I'm not seeing so well. Yeah, okay. The first thing we need to do is adding high quality pictures. Not just pictures, but high quality pictures. We need to add high quality pictures, pictures that are well taken at the right angles in our listings, because we need to put out clear images of pictures and maybe our collections in order for us to enhance our presence. We need to also put clear and engaging library descriptions. You need to describe your library. You need to describe your library, stating its unique selling points. So you are trying to sell your library to the public. Take it that you are selling a product. So your library is your product. You have to state the unique selling points of your library. Do you have rare books? Do you have a safe and serene environment for users that would be very appealing? Do you have a 24/7 library service? So all those things, you have to put it out there for people to see. So you have to put it clear and make it out for your prospective users to see. And the third thing you have to do to optimize your presence is that you have to give regular updates, keeping the library information up to date. Anybody that is looking for your library on Google should be able to see that the library is updated. The information in that space is up to date. So you must try to keep the information as up to date as possible because it is very, very important. Then another thing is for you to encourage your users to also, your satisfied users, you need to encourage them to put reviews out for you. They need to write reviews because from personal experience, if I want to buy a product which I have not used before, I check out the review of that product. So same thing goes for libraries. People will find out what other people think about your services. So you need to engage your users, your satisfied users, to kindly drop reviews for the library. It goes a very long way to optimize your presence and make your online presence very, very, very clear and trustworthy. Sylvester, is that the end of the slide? Okay, because the use of the Google Maps to showcase the activities in your libraries cannot be overemphasized, because definitely by the end of this project, we will definitely see from our data how the listing of our libraries on Google Map will increase the visibility and visits and user visits to our libraries. So we encourage you to take a snapshot of your journey as you start, so that as we go midway in the journey and even as we conclude this project, you'll be able to see where you are right now and where you will be when your library is actually listed on Google Maps. The benefits are enormous. So you can also decide to put a virtual tour of your library in your listing, which is a virtual tour is just a simulation of your library, which is composed of videos or still images, so that people will be able to see your library even without coming physically to the space. And of course, if you have, as I said earlier, if you have unique selling points, maybe you have a 3D printing machine in your library, and of course you are selling your library to your locals. It is going to be your locals. If you have a library in Sokoto, you are selling your library to the nearest people near you. So you are focused on the people that are closest to your library. So is there anything your library is offering that will be interesting to the local populace? That should be part of what you should list. Take pictures of that and post it, and be regular about your posting. Your events that you are doing in your library, it is a good way of promoting the events and activities that take place in your library. The important thing and the key thing to note is that once your library is listed on Google Maps, you have to be consistent in the updates. And of course, whoever is in charge, or if you have a group of people that are concerned with the listing, everybody should be on the same page on the type of information to put out there. You are selling your library, so you must speak with one voice. Let's not be saying one thing and the other person is saying something contrary. There must be a policy that will guide all of you that are going to be listing or making posts on that listing, so that you are on the same page and sell the same products. Of course, the end result is visibility, and it will be a win-win for everybody. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Amazing delivery. So everybody, I want to say, I don't know, just everybody just appreciate our wonderful speakers for today. Just appreciate them in the comment section. Please help us appreciate them in the comment section. There's something I want to do now. I know some of us will be wondering, okay, today was supposed to be a hands-on. Because of the network challenge, I wasn't scheduled to take this, but if you know, if you love your colleagues I want you to invite them because I want to do a practical demonstration of how to do everything Mrs. Orji and Mr. Emeka has talked about. I want to demonstrate it now. Are we ready? Okay. So let me look at the comment section. If you are ready to see a demo, just type "I'm ready." I want to see. Just type it in the comment section and let us get on with it. So I'm going to be using my laptop. I'm not using a phone. I'm not using a mobile device. These are my hands. I'm actually using a laptop. I don't have a phone with me. So I'm going to be going step by step on what you should try out when you get home and when you want to do whatever you need to do. So this is what you would do. First of all, you go to maps.google.com. So I want to stop sharing my screen here now, and I will go to maps.google.com. So I'll stop sharing this screen and share another screen. Go to maps.google.com. Good. So I'll type maps.google.com. Now, immediately I type maps.google.com, everybody watch the screen and see what's happening. Google Map just loaded on my phone. The normal Google Map, the normal Google Map that shows on that you have the app on your phone. Okay, it's now showing on my computer. Now, the next thing I would do, if you look at the top area of this Google Map, you will see restaurants. These are like, should I say, filters. You want to search and see only restaurants. Restaurants. For instance, if I click on restaurants now, watch what will happen. All restaurants near me will show towards my left. Nova Restaurant Bar, Okpanam Road. This is Asaba. I'm actually very close to Asaba. So that's why all the restaurants that are near me are showing. Okay. Now, if I want to, let me go back and then I say I want to search for hotels. I'll click on what? Hotels. So these are like filters. So you click on hotels. If I click on hotels, I'll see all the hotels that are near of 44,000, the one of 30,000 per room. All these are hotels that are near me in Asaba. They are all here. So I would have to click on one. So this is one of the hotel. Let's say Best Western. I'll click on Best Western. If I click on that hotel, and I will see the hotel. It's a 3-star hotel having 4 ratings, and I will see comments that other people have made about this hotel. I'll see photos that people have dropped about this hotel. Okay, reviews. So this helps me to decide whether to patronize this hotel or not. Now I'm going back to the home page here. Now, if you look, there's restaurant, there's hotel. There are things to do. There's museums, there's transit, there are pharmacies. But the big question I'm asking today now is, how come there are no libraries among these filters here? So is it not possible that at the end of this project, Google will see that libraries really need ability, and Google will now do something about ensuring that they list us among the filters that are seen here, so that when people click on libraries, they will easily see libraries that are near them, because librarians have done a huge work in listing their libraries. Are we together? So next is, if you look towards the left-hand corner of the screen, you will see a 3-line, like a setting button. You see a 3-line, like a settings button. Pardon me. Yes. So there you'll be able to see your contributions. You will see all the things you have, all the impact you have made on Google. So if I click on my contributions, I think the last time when we launched this event, Dr. Alonge talked about him being in level 5. If you can see me now as a local guide, I am on level 3. So by you starting to make contributions on Google Map, you will be increasing in levels and points. okay, and everything you do, your reviews, all your comments and all that, they will all be showing places where you have given your reviews. These are places where I've visited and where I've given reviews. They are all showing. Now, the concern for every one of us here today is how can we add our libraries? Before you add your libraries, like we mentioned, search first for your library. In my case, I don't want to search for my library, or let me search for my library. Admiralty University of Nigeria Library. So I'm going to search for my library. Can you see that it has taken me to the map? It zoomed in. The satellite feature is just working very perfectly here. It has zoomed in and it is showing me that there's nothing like Admiralty University of Nigerian Library. So what this means is that my library is currently not listed on Google Map. And that's why we are going to be doing a practical where we will actually list my library on Google Map, and we will see the processes we will follow and how we will get it verified. In this case, what we are seeing is Admiralty University Ibuzo. Now, the name of this university is Admiralty University of Nigeria Ibuzo, not Admiralty University Ibuzo. So as a local guide, as a librarian who wants to make impact, you will click on this particular listing. Immediately this listing pops up now. You scroll down, you can see the location, the opening hours, the website of the university, every information here, adding a label. Can you see a button that says suggest and edit? And can you see other reviews from people? People see me, I made a review about the university some 2 years ago and all that. Other people made reviews. These are local guides who made reviews. Now, what I can do is I can suggest and edit. This works almost the way Wikipedia works. So I will come here and click on the name I want to change. I'll say the name of the place is not Admiralty University Ibuzo. Rather, the name of the place is Admiralty University of Nigeria Ibuzo. Are we together? Immediately I make this correction. The next thing I'll do is I could add a photo. I don't know if I have a photo of Admiralty University of Nigeria here, but okay, I really wish I had one. I wish I had a photo here, but that would take me some time now. So I don't have any photo here, but I will just click on submit. Okay, so now see the prompt that gave to me. It says changes based on your edits may appear across Google services. That's to say, wherever anybody is in the world, they may see my changes. So, and Google may email me about the status of my edits, whether my changes was approved. So Google will contact other local guides to find out if what we have done is correct before they will make it reflect. So I'll say, okay, so my suggestion as now, thanks for improving Google Maps. You will get an email when your suggestion is reviewed. Now they are asking me, do I want to contribute more? I'll say, no, I am done contributing. So this is if I am searching for my library and I see that my library is available and I want to make changes to my library listing. Now the question is, how do I now list my library? To list my library, all I need to do is come to add your business or add a missing place. So I will come and then I will say the place of the name, add a place. I will type the name of my library, Admiralty University of Nigeria Library. Then it will ask me what is the category of whatever I'm adding. I'll look for education. It's an educational institution. It's an educational center. And yes, so then I'll come to the address. This was what Emeka Ulo was talking about. Wait, let me come back and confirm that everybody can hear me, because I know I'm a very fast talker, so I don't know if everybody's following me. I hope we are following, please. Okay, so when you get to address, if you know the exact address, you put the address here. But if you don't, you click on edit map location, or you go and copy the GPS location and you put in the coordinates. Okay, so you carry the pin, and then you actually pin the location exactly where you are on the map. All right, and then you save it. This is the satellite view that Emeka Ulo was talking. Now see the map. This is satellite view. You can actually see the buildings, you see the green lands and all that, and then you save once you are sure of where you want to. So that's how you keep going and going and going. Then if you want to claim a business that's already existing, you claim the business with the button there. So with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to describe to us how this Google business listing works. I'm going to try my best to edit just this short part of this video that I've done, and I will share it with us. Hopefully we will draw ideas from it. Meanwhile, we are wrapping up now. We're supposed to close by 9 o'clock. So I want to call on Emeka or Mrs. Orji so that we'll give a final comment, but I'm going to take questions. Okay, so I want to assure us again, we're going to be making videos available. That's number one. Then number two, we also advise, if you are successful in listing your library, make sure you tell us about it, report it to us so that we keep track of libraries that are making progress. And don't forget, it's not just to list your library, it's about optimizing your library. It's just like spending money to build websites and not updating your website. That's not what we want. We really want visibility for our libraries. So from the presentation from Emeka down to Mrs. Orji and also Mrs. Temitope, and now my demonstration, I want to see your comments in the comment section. Let us know if you have found value for your time and if you understand what this project is all about so far. Let us know if you understand what to do so far. Okay, so I will look at the comment section. Miss Orji, do you have any final comments before we say goodbye?
Yeah, all I have to tell librarians all over Nigeria is that this project is amazing. We should all embrace it with everything we've got as librarians. Please be consistent once you put your library out there. People are watching, people are looking, people are waiting for librarians to claim our rightful place. Go out there and make the impact. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So at this point, I would like to invite Dr. Ikolo. Dr. Ikolo, if you are there, please, we need you on stage now so that you can give the final remarks, and then we'll call it a day. But while we are waiting for Dr. Ikolo, I would like to, Dr. Sontoye, if you could please send a message to Ikolo so that she can join us backstage on WhatsApp. She's not here right now. So I would like to see the comment section if there are other questions that we did not take so that we can take those questions. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm trying to see if there are questions that we have missed. Okay. I'm only seeing our colleagues dropping comments of commendation. Favor, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Favor. And we're just trying to wrap up. If you have questions, now is the best time to ask, because we don't want anybody to have any excuse. We don't want anybody to have any excuse to not list their libraries on Google Map. It is possible. We can do this, okay? We can do this. And if you know anybody that is not on the WhatsApp group, bring them there so that we'll motivate each other to realize this project, okay? Yeah. Emeka, thank you so much. Okay, I see Emeka is back now. Emeka, any final comments from you while we are wrapping up the program? Oh, Emeka is off again. Okay, so we are still trying to look out for any. To whom do you send the claims to if you found the information about your library isn't correct? Now, Khadija is asking, who do you make a claim to if the thing is not correct? Mrs. Oji, do you have a response to this? Now, if you find out that information about your library online is not
You're
correct,
trying to claim ownership of the listing?
yes, all you just need to do actually is click on claim business. And
okay, you just corrected it. You just made an example of correcting an information. No.
Exactly.
An exit.
Exactly. You are correct, ma. So you just edit it, effect the changes, and you don't submit it to the owners of the page. Actually, you submit to Google. So Google reviews the changes you have made. It's just like Wikipedia too. Wikipedia is an open source platform. Anyone can go there and make edits and all that. So just as we have champions doing a lot of things on Wikipedia today, librarians doing so much on Wikipedia, and that's very good. That's how we want to see librarians jump into Google Maps and give our libraries visibility. What do we think? Isn't this just a beautiful idea? So let's keep doing this. And when we do that, whatever reviews you make, whatever posts you make anywhere, use the hashtag locate my library, hashtag locate my library, and Nigerian librarians, so that we keep track of all these progresses. So with this said, I think, okay, somebody says good project. Then another person is saying, just as you edited the name of Admiralty University, does it mean it hasn't been claimed? I mean, can anyone just make changes? Yes, anyone can make changes, right? It's an open platform. Today you can create a listing. Somebody else, a local guide, can come and make some changes, but then they cannot change it to a wrong name because Google may not approve of such changes. Google will do its own investigations and checks, okay? And where there is need for documents to be reviewed with, Google will do all that before they effect any change. So that change I made will not come up automatically until Google verifies it. Hence the need, the explanation Emeka was saying that sometimes verification takes time because they don't want everybody to just come there and write. It's just like Wikipedia. Since everybody can go to Wikipedia and make changes, imagine every Tom, Dick, and Harry can just go there and write. So we would have all types of junks on Wikipedia. Hence the need for people to actually checkmate these things. So thank you for your question. It's very important. Chioma says this program is worth participating. Thank you so much. Just share this video with colleagues. We are making it open source so that everybody can watch and learn. We really want librarians to come on board this project and do something about it. Onwalha says great and wonderful. Dodo says I got great value from this seminar. Thank you so much. Madam Aisha from Lagos says very valuable presentation. Thank you so much. So with this, I'm assuming there's no further questions, just words of commendation. So we want to say thank you, everybody. I think, yes, Dr. Violet, please, over to you. Good evening, Dr. Violet. Dr. Violet, good evening, ma. Oh, she has the final announcement to make before we will close today. So let's hope that she comes on board.
All right. Good evening, DL Sylvester. Good evening, Mrs. Temitokwe, Mr. Emeka, Dr. Oji. You were wonderful. Good evening, everyone, our participants. We so appreciate your presence. Without you, we will not be here this evening. And just like your comments, I want to join everyone to appreciate the past 1 hour and 30 minutes that we've spent. I believe it has been worth it. We've all been here just for one reason: to create value for our libraries, to make an impact wherever we find ourselves in our libraries in our own little way. We want to make impact. And the only way to make impacts, the only way for our voices to be heard as librarians and for our libraries is for us to take action. The time has long gone when librarians will just sit and complain. We are ready to take action. And the first action, just like we have been saying for the past 1 hour, is to get online and list your library. Get online and make your library seen. Get online and make your library heard. We have learned so much this evening. We are hoping that we'll all put them to practice so that from tomorrow, we'll start having results, we'll start having feedbacks from you. The video for this evening's presentation will be shared again. We'll view them. And then the form, for those of us that are not already registered to be part of this project, the form will be shared again. And then we can register properly so that the data for this whole project, because it's a nationwide project, the data will be properly collected, and then we'll make sense of. If we see our first presentation we gave a very bleak overview of our activities as librarians so far. We want to turn that story around. We want to turn that it takes me, it takes DL, Sylvester, every one of us. So these slides will be shared and we'll thank you, DL, for promising to do a step-by-step video. I think that will go a long way hands-on. Like he said, if you have questions, come online, come to the platform, the group for Locate My Life guides are there. And then our next webinar is coming up next week, same time, 7 p.m. We are going to be sharing the links also on all the platforms.
Okay, thank you so much. Dr. Ikolo Victoria is a staff at Delta State University. And at this juncture, I would like to quickly say a very big thank you to, we did a call for volunteers. And as we speak right now, the organizers of this event, we and the team, we have 10 volunteering members who are helping us to see how to make this project succeed. Some of them are bringing different types of expertise, and I really love that librarians support librarians. Please, let's keep this culture up so that we can uplift the face of our profession. Thank you for all you do. The president of the Nigerian Library Association has been a very good example towards supporting librarians and supporting visions like this to succeed. He has given us this full support in flying this program, and we want to say thank you to the Nigerian Library Association and to the volunteers on board this team. Today, what you have just gone through is just one style to list your library, and that is using Google Map listing. Our next training, which is holding next week, somebody is asking if we are meeting tomorrow. No, we are not meeting tomorrow. Our next training is on the 25th, next week. So our next training will be featuring Favor Okono and Dr. Alonge. Seriously, you don't want to miss that training. Favor Okono and Alonge. Let me put that up on the screen for you to see. These people, they are going to be giving us a different approach. The approach I demonstrated today now is different from the one they will use to demonstrate how we can list our libraries. There are two ways. if you look at the description of this project here, we said the Locate My Library campaign aims to empower libraries in Nigeria and potentially Africa to become more visible and accessible through Google Maps, number one, and through business profile listings, number two. So next week, we'll be exploring the option of, what's it called? Google business profile listings. So let us anticipate and see what that training will hold on the February 25th, Tuesday, 7 p.m. On this same channel. So please just do well to subscribe so that when next we are live, you will get an automatic reminder. Just click on subscribe button somewhere around there. And having said that, I want to say thank you to everybody. Since there's no further questions, we want to say thank you to you all. And at this point, I'll check if there's any final questions, and then we'll say good night. For those of you asking for the materials, yes, those of you who asked for attendance and attendance form, we are not going to share the attendance form today because we want everybody to watch the video from beginning to the end. So we are not sharing attendance form today. The attendance form will be distributed tomorrow morning. So please make sure you watch this video from beginning. If you join halfway, rewind the video after now and watch it so that you can get access to certification and resources. Okay, so all those other information will be explained on our WhatsApp group. The link will be posted on our WhatsApp group. So if you are not in that WhatsApp group, make sure you check your email. We sent the link to your email. Okay, thank you so much. And every other person here, thank you. So just in our usual habits, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So we're going to play some music as we say goodbye. Woo! All right. Okay. Let's see if there's any comments. Let's feature those comments that are here. Somebody saying, well done. Another person is saying, it's very educative. Yes, we know it's educative. Librarians, let's take action. Oh, let's take action. Let's not just learn and leave it. This is not the usual workshop you attend. We want people to take action after now. Take action. That's why we want you in that WhatsApp group. We'll be motivating you every day to take action. And we'll be providing mentorship for you. Those who want us to come to their library, we are ready to come. Just send us a message. We will come to your library, okay? Send us a message and we'll come to your library for physical interaction. All right, thank you all. All right, so I think that's all. This is it. I've spent 2 hours, 8 minutes. We're supposed to spend just 2 hours. So with that, I want to say good night. Dr. Sotoye, bye. Bye. Bye, everyone. Okay. So immediately this live stream ends, you'll still be able to watch it. Just rewind and watch it.